Better questions lead to better outcomes. So I actively go around asking men about the questions that constantly run through their minds. And something I've noticed is that a lot of us are asking bad questions, or at least the questions we ask are not very useful. For instance, one of the questions I got recently was, will my wife and I have enough money at the end of retirement? Now, I don't think this is a very good question at all, and I'll explain why. So, what exactly is the purpose of asking ourselves questions? I believe that the reason we ask ourselves questions is to inform our perspectives, to inform our beliefs, and ultimately to inform our actions, to tell us what we ought to do. Now, a question like, will my wife and I have enough money at the end of retirement? Whether the answer is yes or the answer is no, that's not very useful, is it? It doesn't inform any action. So I do understand the heart behind it. I do understand the mind behind the question. So what is the better way to ask a question? Well, the first thing I try to do is say, what is it that I actually want to know here? What is it that I actually am looking for, right? With the case of this question of whether or not my family will have enough money at the end of retirement, what is actually the motivation behind that, right? What is it that they actually want to know? Probably what he wants to know is what it will take to live the kind of lifestyle that they would like to have at that particular stage of their life, and probably beyond that, right? And setting up the question in this way leads to some more questions, and that's usually the case when you ask better questions. Better questions lead to more questions, right? So when you ask, what is it that we need to do to have the lifestyle that we want? Firstly, now you have the question of what kind of lifestyle do we want to live at that particular age? And then what will it take to be able to live that kind of lifestyle? And then what do we need to do right now to be able to get there, to prepare us for that, right? So now the new question is informing a vision for the future, and it's allowing us to develop a plan. It's giving us a plan of action for how to get there. As opposed to the previous question, yes, we will have enough. No, we won't have enough. What then? What comes after that? Right? And could we ever really know the answer to that question? Not without asking a better question. What is it? What is the life that we want to live? What does it take to have that life? And what do we need to do right now to get us there? This is much better. And if we ask these questions with sincerity and we dig into them with curiosity, as opposed to trying to impose our thoughts and our preferred outcomes onto the question, if we do it with sincerity and curiosity, we get great answers that inform great action.